All right, we're doing the free course on pretty much business management, right? If you have a business, you're a contractor, you are a blue collar worker, you are a tradesman, you are a builder, you can do, you can use these strategies that we're about to go over and implement them into your business to automate your profit in order for you to focus on your craft and perfect your work, so you can get more clients and in without having to spend more of your time, right? You want to spend more time with your family, more time outside, more time doing the things you love, right? So we start off with branding and identity, which is key if you want to start out. If you want to be like just a worker doing like a side job, a side gig, if for example you build fences, for your neighbors, for your friends, for your family members, and sometimes they give you referrals, sometimes they give you a couple numbers that you can call and give them a couple quotes, and it turns out to being a project and you get paid for them, which is good. Now you want to take that one more step above that, and we get into the branding and identity, right? So now you're not just a random fence builder, you are Blue Cheetah Fence in Northern Virginia, right? Now people know you. Now people, when they hear Blue Cheetah Fence, they instantly know the quality. They have an image in their head of what Blue Cheetah Fences look like, right? They instantly can identify you out of a lineup. Once you have that, so you have work, you've established that there's a market, there's a demand, you start to get some jobs, then you build your brand, you build your identity, you build your company logo, the most basic things. These are things that you should not worry about. They're not getting you clients directly, but they're getting you recognition. They're getting you something much more valuable for the future. It's like an investment when you do branding with your logos and your colors and your name, and there's all these basic stuff. Once you have that, you can start to do paid ads, right? We're gonna do a paid ads campaign because you already have these brands, right? The brand's assets. We can put those brands' asset into a landing page, into a quiz that we can intake our clients and all our prospects. So from here, we have now a small digital footprint where we start to do paid ads. We put this little brand that we've built, this little ecosystem, and we start sending it out everywhere through Facebook, Google, YouTube. We start running ads to these places. It's like putting billboards on the roads. So if you think about it, it's like YouTube and Facebook is traffic, like these highways. There's traffic sources. So when you put a big advertising on these traffic platforms, what you're basically doing is putting a big billboard with your branding and your offer and everything that you want your client to know about you. So basically, blue cheetah fences. Call now. That's what you're saying when you're making a video and you're putting it out on Facebook for people to see, right? You create a budget and maybe it's $15 a day. And then you start to send people to a qualifying quiz. And that's where we'll go further in depth in the future, is just really building that full high ticket sales funnel, which is basically the traffic source, which for us is paid ads, then sending them to a VSL, video sales letter, and which is embedded in your landing page, which is a very simple landing page with one button, and that one button leads them to a qualifying quiz, which that qualifying quiz is where we segment and qualify who is ready to pay and to continue to try to book our service. If they're ready and available, then we give them a calendar and they can book our service, and we give them our phone numbers, we start texting them, and that's just all automated. That's in the future something we can break down further. One step above that is marketing. Marketing is extremely important if you want to build a digital footprint, right? We want to build a digital footprint. Why? Because that helps us build credibility, right? When people see your logo, they say Blue Cheetah Fences. They see Blue Cheetah Fences anywhere. Let's say they see your logo on the truck. They see your video on Instagram. The first thing they do is search you up on Google. So you want to have a proper digital footprint across all of social media, especially Google, Yelp, Apple Maps, like the most simple things that people go directly to search you up to basically fact check you, right? They want to prove that you're real and that they're not wasting their time. So marketing, and then that's when your strategy for content comes into play, like making content every day about the things you do every single day in your business. Like, it's not that hard to just put a camera and then start doing your work. Why? Because you're building credibility. That's all it is. You're not trying to go viral, right? That is not the goal with your content strategy. You're trying to be consistent and build a portfolio where anybody can find you at any time. Here is the key. Show up every day, everywhere. Be purposeful, intentional, and repetition, right? With high repetition. Once you have that, like now you can start thinking about this whole ecosystem that you've built. This whole ecosystem, this whole environment now is gonna get to a little too overwhelming, because you've created basically a magnet for clients, right? Now you're not just searching for clients, but clients are actively coming to you. Now you have to vet the clients. You have to say no to some of the clients, because people are hitting up your phone, or you're getting sent so many leads to your text message that you have to say no to some of these projects, right? Because you don't have the team big enough. That's where the next step comes into play. Team culture building. You bring in a worker, you raise them to a manager, you raise them to a senior manager, And then that culture trickles down where they know that they have a secure job, that this is a machine. The business is not just your business. You're not just the business owner, but you are all operating a machine and running this machine to get a paycheck and to get a living, a livelihood, right? You do these in several different ways. We'll go more in depth when we get into the actual video, but it's just team building, right? Like you do in school, team building. You go out to do things, you do outings, you do things together. You have standards, you have rules within the workspace, you have commitments for each position, you have things that they need to meet, requirements, right? All these things help your team and your workers, whether you're, even if you have freelancers, that helps so much keep everyone organized. Next is like, once you have this, like you have to be sure that your organization is established properly, because now you're not just a random dude building fences for your neighbors. You are an organization. Why? Because you have organized all of these different assets and services. Why? To provide something for your clients. So what do? We create an LLC, we create an S corp, we create a C corp, right? And we start going up the levels, right? You're not just a random dude, the neighbor, people calling them. Now you have an assistant. You have a paid ads breakdown of how you get clients. Like now you're not getting yourself dirty every day building fences. You have Blue Cheetah workers, Blue Cheetah trucks going out to all these sites, and all you have to do is just manage them. Maybe show up to a couple sites, make a couple calls, right? You are an organized system. So we have legal structures for that, like an LLC or an S corp, that helps you with your taxes. Also, tracking all of your taxes, tracking all of your spending, tracking everything that you use in your business, right? Extremely, even if you want to do it like in Google Sheets, do it so you have it at the end of the day, at the end of the year. Why? Because you are an organization. Like things have developed to a point where if you don't have these things, it will get too overwhelming and you will spread too thin. Like you want to minimize the things that you worried about, not put more things in your plate. And that's why we have AI and automation tools. We live in a wonderful freaking time in our life where we can just set AI to do all these things, like track your taxes and your expenses and all the bills and things you spend for your business, and organize them in a beautiful Google Sheet. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing that we have. Automating your client communication, like relationship management. That is the most amazing thing. Like as soon as a client hits your pipeline, the prospect will get a text saying, hey, we see you, we're about to get a call. Then they get a call and they're always supported. That's what's so good about AI and automations, that it doesn't only help the business, it doesn't only help you. It helps the clients. It helps your workers. It helps them be more efficient throughout the day, throughout the year, throughout the quarter, right? Make more money helps you make more money, helps them make more money. We automate everything. We automate the calls, we automate the text, we automate the onboarding, the payment processing, the tracking, the analytics, the taxes. I mean, it's literally endless what you can automate and do with AI these days. And I mean, at that point, you own a business. You are no longer a worker. You no longer have a job, which the whole time you had a job, right? You had to wear different hats. At the beginning, you were actually doing the work. Then you stopped doing the work because you hired some people, because you had too many clients. You had to say no to some clients. And now, with AI and automations, you're able to say, yep, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off, but your phone is still getting paychecks. That's the beautiful thing about business. So, in the next videos, we'll break down everything specifically, like the marketing and the paid ads, and we'll go into AI and automations, exactly what tools to use and to implement into your business, because we want you to win. I think that's the main goal. If you want to download any of our free resources, you can go to free.imaginebizhelp.com. If you want to book us directly for a completely hands off, all of this done for you 100%, so it's like you skip time, you go directly into, you know, being an investor and having a business, which is great. You know, we'll take everything off your hands and do it all for you. You can go to imaginebizhelp.com for that one. And we offer a free first evaluation of your business. So we'll see where you're at, where you want to go, and we'll show you exactly how to get there. We'll teach you for 100% for free. If you want to do it yourself, you can do it. And if you want to hire us, that's entirely up to you. But we make these videos for free so you can learn and just make more money, I guess. I don't know.